Hello, my beloved tribe. This is Emily Potter. I'm the director of the Lightworker Musicians Tribe and the Million Kisses Foundation. Today's question is one that we have talked about in our tribe before, and it has such tenderness and sensitivity around it that I'm going to ask that if this is a question that you resonate with, that you turn off any distractions so that we can really engage one-on-one with each other's hearts. So I'm going to ask you once again, go ahead and just be present with me. Allow this to be a time that you are gifting yourself. Give this gift to yourself to acknowledge this, breathe into it, and feel present with me as I discuss this in behalf of you and your circumstances. The question is, are you scared if you fully live into your power that you will lose loved ones? This could be spouses, this could be partners, this could be family, it could be best friends that you've known forever. If you actually live into your full power, and that means that you come out of hiding, that means that you are telling the truth, that means that you are being authentic, that means that those of you who channel messages from galactic beings, you're looking freaky and scary. And those of you who will be scared that your coworkers will think differently of you because you're so weird. This means that you have to admit to the world that you are intuitive, deeply intuitive, and that you are you're the kind of person who is talking to your guides and listening to angels. And it means so many things. And people will react to you in all different ways, and you're so scared of that because it's easier to just keep in hiding. We have people in our tribe who have considered themselves underground light workers. I've been underground for a really long time. I was underground. Undercover light workers. Is that you? So that you have learned how to be a chameleon in the world. You know how to shapeshift from your corporate business job to your meditation yoga classes. You know how to do that. You've learned how to maneuver. You are a really good chameleon in that way. And it's working for you to an extent, except for that there is that level that keeps pressing you forward. Does this relate to you? This was me for a long, long time. And there's no huge problem with that, except for that there's a fear that if you go any further in to your truth and live your full power, that you will lose loved ones. And that's where it gets real. That's like not something that you are ready to do yet, except that your heart keeps calling you forward. And so you're right there on the brink. We have some people that I know particularly in this tribe who are experiencing this. And so it's important for us to talk about this. So I get to be real with you, tribe, that my own experience is such that I have lost loved ones. There is no reason not to just tell the truth about that. There's no guarantees that if you live in your power, that you're going to keep everything the same way that it is right now. And that's been my experience, that I have actually lost some of those loved ones as I have lived into my power. So it's important to have this conversation with someone who actually very tenderly knows what that feels like. And it is a choice. And I also want you to know that there's been something else that's happened as well. That the fear of me losing some of my loved ones actually became just an illusion. And as I've been stepping in to my power, some of my relationships that I thought I was going to lose actually became even closer and more dear because we are more authentic. And this has been one of the results as well, that when I was able to release myself of the fear with this question, I got to see who stayed and who didn't. And I don't know about you, but I think that that's worth the journey, because I didn't lose people that I thought I would lose. I thought that if I went too weird and too crazy, they would leave. And that's not been the case. So there's no way for you to know what is real in your relationships until you actually live into your power. And that takes us an act of bravery. And you are supported in taking that act of bravery. I'm going to share with you the consequences if you do not. The one obvious one is that you're holding yourself back, but that's actually just so obvious that we're just going to take this long to talk about it and we're done. You're holding yourself back. But secondly, the consequence is that you're holding your loved one back too. You're not allowing them to give you true love. You're not allowing them to live their true purpose either. Because if you keep staying inside of this inauthentic relationship and you allow them to just be okay with this the way it is, you are holding them back. And how dare you do that? How dare you? You think that you're doing it out of love. I'm getting teary-eyed because I totally know. How dare we hold the people back because we think that this is the way we're going to love them the best? We're not trusting their divine self. We're not trusting our divine self. We're not trusting that call forward. And you don't know now, in this moment with all of the fear around you, what that person is capable of. You're not even giving them the option because you're just thinking you're serving them to stay right where you are. So the first thing we said is that it's holding you back. That's so obvious. But then you're also holding the people that you're in relationship with back. And I challenge you to take that into the consideration if you decide to stay where you are. I want to also share with you that in the big picture, in the huge picture, is that you are leaving a legacy when you leave this planet that you were a lie. You're leaving a half truth, half lie as your legacy. So you can say that you stayed in those relationships and yay for you, except for that it was half a lie. Now I know this gets complicated, so you have to just take it and consider it and put it through your own heart's filter, because every single one of these relationships gets to be honored, and you are one of them that gets to be honored. Your relationship with you and your legacy and your destiny and your divine self gets to be honored. And I challenge you to tell the truth to yourself about these things so that your legacy is not half truth, half lie when you leave this planet. And the travesty of it all is if you leave this planet only ever showing us half of you, that's the legacy you leave behind, is the half of you. And that's something to really look at. So I want to share with you one solution today, because this is one that I'm going to share with you, actually something I'm going to get deep into with you. The habit of asking this question is that your habit is fear-based. So I'm going to challenge you to take an action step today. It doesn't have to be a big one. You want small ones because you don't want to just go out there and leave your loved ones. You don't want to do that because that could break you. But you have to make an action step happen today, tribe. And the reason why is because this question is sunk deep in fear. You have made a habit of fear in this one. So you have to at least give yourself the allowance of getting out of the fear just a little bit so you can see clearly to then make a decision. So here's what I want to ask you to do as a step. You're going to know if this is right for you or if there's another step that works best for you. But here's one step, one little step for you to really be able to make a change in your relationships and to live into your power. I want you to visualize yourself with a plan. Now, you may not know what that plan is yet, but you visualize yourself with a plan of living inside your power, okay? Can you do that? Start with that. You have a plan, you have an action that you're going to be then getting more rooted in, and I'll tell you more about that. But first, the visualization. First, it starts within yourself. Take a breath with me. With this plan, the plan is that you're going to be going on the road of living in your full power. How does that feel to you? You get to feel all the feelings about that, all the scary things of what that is. And yet, this is the way that you're choosing. This is your life's legacy. And then there's going to be a next step where you're going to feel so secure in this plan that you're creating for your life's purpose to be manifested, that you present this plan to the loved one. And then you commit deeper into that relationship. And now you have everything in front of you. You have the plan of living your life's purpose, and you have the committed, deeper relationship. You don't have to let go of that person, because what happens naturally is the vibration. The vibrations either match and resonate. People either rise into the plan together or they don't. And so you're going to be in your full power in that moment, created with a created plan, presenting this plan to your loved one. And then with a deeper commitment into the relationship. And then you get to stay in that space. And then you, from that point, can see clearly. You can then see what happens. With you living in that rooted place, does the loved one choose to stay or go, commit deeper into the relationship with you or not? And I'll say that what I said at the beginning, I've had both happen. I've had absolutely both happen. I've had people leave, and then our relationship is more authentic. And then I've had people stay and deepen their relationship with me. And it's all sorts of messy, but it's real. And it's telling the truth. And we say to each other, I'm going in deeper. And I say to them, I'm here and I care. And now the clouds, the mists are all dissipated, and I can see clearly, and I'm being my full self with that person witnessing me. And what's really amazing, tribe, is that I am giving them a gift of seeing my true self. I'm letting them love the full me. And I'm giving them the opportunity to show me the real them as well. And then it becomes real. And you have this as your legacy. You have this as your relationships. And it takes a tender, brave moment. And I ask you to consider letting that brave moment happen today, because if you wait till tomorrow, you're going to talk yourself out of it. You know you will, because you've done it many, many times before. And you're going to tell yourself all the reasons why it's not possible. And all of those are real. All of those are real. But there's also the opposite of that it is very possible. And to take a moment today to allow the space to clear the mists of fear away. When you are ready to make a plan, this is something that I offer this tribe. Reach out to me when you're ready, and we will make a plan that you can stay rooted in, creating that strategy for you to live your full power in this lifetime as your legacy that you leave behind. When you're ready to make that plan, I will talk to you one-on-one, and then we can go from that point. You can then create that plan to be able to present it to your loved ones, and go from that point on, so at least you have the option of making that step forward into a new space in your relationship. I look forward to talking to you one-on-one with those who are ready, and we'll look forward to that. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Sending my love to all.